One of the most underappreciated aspects of West Virginia University is the requirement for only 1 year living in the dorms. Although the dorm life is an incredible experience and helps you become more connected with your university, off-campus living is often much more comfortable and inexpensive and prepares you well for life after college. For most students, this will be their first time ever signing a lease, so the housing hunt can seem a little bit intimidating at first. There are all kinds of different things to consider when searching for a new living space. However, if you know what to look for and how best to go about searching for a new home, the process can actually be very exciting and even a little fun. The first thing to consider when going house hunting is your priorities and essentials for your new space. If you grew up watching HGTV, your priorities might be a large fenced-in yard, central air conditioning, or granite countertops. As a college student, your priorities are going to be just a little bit different. One of the first things to consider is whether you want a house or an apartment. Apartments are great for smaller groups of people and are typically cheaper to rent than houses. The smaller space can be much easier to keep clean and are typically higher quality living situations than houses. Houses, on the other hand, have the benefit of not having neighbors that share a wall, floor, or ceiling, so they are perfect for people that value quiet or for people that anticipate disturbing their neighbors with noise. Houses are also great if you anticipate having a pet, although you will have to ask the landlord to ensure that they allow pets. Another important factor to consider is whether you plan on bringing a car to campus. Parking is often expensive and limited downtown, which may limit the options available to you. On the bright side, housing that is further from campus is significantly cheaper than housing downtown or in Sunnyside. Although housing away from campus is cheaper, you lose the luxury of being able to walk to your classes or walk to downtown activities. This can be difficult if you enjoy going out on the weekends, and often students that live off campus feel less connected to the university. If you plan on living downtown or in Sunnyside, the best and cheapest options are typically filled up before winter break, so it's a good idea to try and sign your lease in November or earlier. Being proactive about finding roommates, searching for housing, and signing your lease will ensure you end up in the best situation possible. If having a close connection to the university is something important to you, then university apartments may be a good option for you. University apartments are within walking distance of the downtown and Evansdale campuses. They also have the added benefit of processing payments and charges through your WVU account, so financial aid, loans, and scholarships can all be applied toward your rent. All campus apartments come with parking lots or parking garages, and some even have pet-friendly options for a fee. Because the apartments are owned by the university, it is incredibly quick and easy to process requests, concerns, and questions. University apartments are a great way to adjust to living off campus because they offer significantly more independence than dorms do, and they do not have resident assistance, but are still under the WVU umbrella. If you are entirely uncomfortable with the transition away from the dorm life, staying in the dorms is always an option. It may be worthwhile to look into becoming a resident assistant, as this will allow you to keep living in the dorms while getting your room and board paid for, with an added stipend. Although finding housing can seem intimidating, it is a very necessary step in your transition to adulthood. With proper planning and knowledge of how to find off-campus housing, the search for a new home can actually be quite exciting. Living in a house has taught me necessary life skills like cooking, cleaning, and organization, and it has given me some incredible experiences that would not be possible in a dorm. If you put some thought and effort into finding a living quarters suitable for your needs, I'm confident you will have a positive experience as well.